that's always hard to answer. I mean, looking back at older albums, I think you constantly change, of course, as a person, and your approach to your own music it changes as well. And when the first couple albums we recorded, we were just young kids, and we were like, you're super excited about everything, and you want to try to put as much as possible into each song and just, cram everything in there. What I think has happened over the years as you mature or whatever, is that you tend to put another type of focus into the tracks, and not necessarily putting all these things together in one track, but just try to make it a solid track and focus on the good of the song instead of focus on doing as many things as possible in one song. So to me, it's just nowadays it's more focused, and the music is more focused than it was when we were younger kids. We weren't focused as people, and of course the music that came out wasn't as focused. Still cool and different, but not as focused as it is today. We're gonna play like a good mix of songs not from every album. We don't play from the first couple albums anymore, but we do a mix of songs from Destroy Areas Improved, Chaosphere, Nothing, and ObZen, and so they can at least expect a good mix of songs from throughout the years. I still think that that's something that we really want to do, but we just haven't come there yet, But we definitely want to add elements to make it even to make this show stronger, as far as visuals and things like that. And but it takes effort. It takes the right people, because we couldn't really do it on our own. We need outside people to help us do that. And we just haven't really gotten to that point yet. And it's also a matter of money, of course, at least initially, to kind of set the whole thing up. And maybe if you're doing visuals, if you're doing things that are tightly correlated to each track, for example, there's a lot of thought and work that needs to be put into that. And it's bound to cost money. But it's definitely something that we want to do. But it's not going to be any show elements like that now on this run. Hopefully, next year, or at least after the next album, we'll have some more, put on a bigger show. That would be really cool. More wacky music. That's all I can promise. I don't know. First of all, when I joined the band in '90, they had kind of already started to write things that were based on this, like the cyclic patterns, but not, of course, not taken to such an extreme that it is nowadays. So that's something that when I joined the band, as I said, it had already started, and we just kind of all fell into that frame of thinking, and we all kind of from then on just started writing more and more like complex, like pattern-based stuff. And as far as who came up with it, I don't really know. But a main thing, I think, there's a lot of bands that are influenced by us, I guess, or inspired, which is really cool, and it's really flattering that a lot of bands look up to us and our music in that way. I think what a lot of bands aim to do, but not. I feel that a lot of bands I listen to, we get CDs from bands that are kind of influenced or try to do something that's similar to what we do. is that they break it up too much. It's too much like changing like the odd meters, a lot of odd meters and stuff, and like a lot of stop and go things. And for us, it's like I said earlier, we try to keep that momentum and keep the straight 4/4 feel throughout. Yeah, and instead of like doing like a lot of bands do a lot of like stops and shifts and breakdowns, and it's like hacked up too much. I feel a lot of times. But at the same time, that's how I feel about our early music too. So I think it's something that also comes with maturity and that focus that I was talking about. Like, what is important and what's good for the song? Is it to make it just really weird and like impossible to follow for people, or is it to make it cool and intriguing, but it has a flow? You know, and that flow is something that we always search for. That's the main thing with the band, that if you start headbanging to a track, you know, live, even if you've never heard us before, you can just keep that going, and it's going to be right on the whole, kind of. And even though people might not understand what we're doing, they can still see like the band like banging, and you know, or they can feel that kind of that flow, and that's the most important thing. Yeah, the pulse. Yeah.
Okay, then that's it, and we'll say thank you for the interview.
Oh, thank you guys. Thanks.